Talk about football in Nigeria. Now, football in this country is followed religiously. There's some persons that will go days without food if the country's football is not doing well. Also put club football into the mix, put club football administration into the mix also. Let's begin this way. The Nigeria Professional Football League has been doing so well, and now the Nigerian National League is tapping into it. And for everything to get a 360 degrees progress, administration must be on point. Edema Fuludu is former Super Eagles midfielder and, of course, former general manager Warri Wolves and now vice chairman Lagos State Delta State Football Association. Joins us now live in the studio. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you, Austin.
And I'm trying to bring you to Lagos. And I said, no, let's go to Edo. Delta State FA Vice Chairman Edema Fuludu. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah,
what a story we are having this year. Let's talk about football administration. I'll come to Warri Wolves. Let's talk about the toast of the moment, Delta Force. What are you guys doing? They look admirable.
Yeah, Delta Force is doing well. Considering the situation they are in now, it's a new club per se, because Warri Wolves is supposed to be older. And I think there's a lot of determination going on in that camp. And the boys are doing their best because I think they are also being motivated. I spoke with the chairman recently when we met in Warri, and I asked a few questions. He's been encouraging them a lot. He's done a lot of psychological boost to the team, and I'm sure that is the reason why they are doing better.
I like the word he used, that they are motivated. Now let's bring Warri Wolves into this discussion now. Were they not motivated that made them drop?
Well, as at that time, Warri Wolves had a lot of challenges. It became a new team because a lot of the players left. That was why the drop came. And also we had financial issues, that had to do with players' inability to perform. And when new players came in, it also had these issues of non-payment at a point. So whatever you do, games are just won not only on the days when you bring money, but adequate preparation. So administration and management has a lot of role to play in how a team succeeds.
That's right.
Yes.
I like that you mentioned that. Before we come to why you're in Lagos, between Delta Force and Warri Wolves, which of these teams do you think will make it to the MPFL?
Well, as it is now, it's Delta Force, of course, as it is now. But there's still a long way to go. And Warri Wolves is languishing down the line. And so we need to bring Warri Wolves to a level where even if they don't get to the MPFL, you have to stay on the log so that next season we can do better with Warri Wolves.
Does it worry the Delta FA that Warri Wolves is at the position where they are?
We're worried. Sincerely, we're worried. We discuss it, we talk about it, and we're doing all we can to make sure that we motivate the players as it is now. I mean, like I said, it takes a lot. It takes much more than training for you to set a team. And the current Warri Wolves, as I tell you, crop of young players, a lot of them, not tested before. And so it's difficult gelling them easily. And we have just changed the coach again now. So it's another crop of issues coming up. So it will take time, but I'm sure you're going to get it right.
Why are you in Lagos?
Well, I'm a member of the Nigeria Football Federation Youth Development Committee. And this MPFL U15 promises, doing a lot of things. And that's why I came around to sync with the MPFL LMC. And because I'm from the NFF as it is now,
that's right.
We're trying to get the future Super Eagles. However, this particular program is for us to see those we can also add to what we have done before in our pool. Times when you are screening for under 17 and you see 3,000 players coming to one ground to screen, it's so hectic for the coaches.
2,500
and it's difficult
above the age.
So what we do now is we'll try to get a pool that is minimal, a pool that is concentrated, that the sample size is large enough in the country. And then the coaches will find it much easier to pick players.
It's called the MPFL Under 15 Promises.
Yes.
You were there today. Have you seen promise in this?
Oh, lots of them. Castina United, good players. ABS, wonderful. Rangers, quality players there. In all departments of the game, we've seen good players are for the future. And then when a coach comes in, it's easier for him to work with these talents.
That's right. So it's once again the issue of talent, not a problem. It's administration and what we do to sustain these talents when we discover
what we do to sustain it. There must be Like I was discussing with the LMC chairman, you know, sometime we had a meeting in Abuja and we were saying that, look, there must be regulations, there must be a way to harmonize and harness these resources that we're going to get to put these players together from time to time, and so that the committee can work effectively.
That's right.
Because if you don't have a good committee in place, if you don't have people running it, you don't oil it properly, it becomes difficult.
Austin Popo was here 2 days ago and was still talking about this players' welfare issue. Is this a fruitless fight?
It is not. Big fight, but it is not. And we're having our headway because there's a light in the tunnel. The football administration at its apex in this country must own up to the fact that players are very, very important in football, in any other sport, as far as I'm concerned. And so they must own it to their responsibility to assist the union, to help the system. Because players have a right to existence.
That's true.
And they are employees. So if they are professionals, they must get their wages as I told you. And those who are suffering now because of backlog of unpaid wages, let the NFF help us to implement arbitration. They set up the arbitrations, and so they should enforce. It is only when you enforce that clubs will now begin to sit up.
That's true.
If clubs sit up, the system will begin to get better. So that's what we're talking about.
I totally agree with you. Thank you so much, Edema Fuludu, for coming around. And as I said to you before, let's get this out of the way. We'll bring you back again to talk more on this players' welfare. So that's it. Edema Fuludu, Vice Chairman of Delta State Football Association, not Edo, not Lagos, Delta State Football Association.